Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We are on week 5 of the build for the WRX. We just eclipsed my first month here on YouTube. Some things that I've been working on is kind of mixing some vocals as far as indication on what I'm doing, but also time-lapsing so that way I'm not taking too much of your guys' time. So I'd love to hear how you think that's going. If you'd like to see more time-lapse, less time-lapse, be sure to leave a comment down below. This week we will be working on finalizing the grommet for the firewall, and then we'll be wrapping up on the amp rack as well to get all that installed and looking good. So thanks again for joining, and let's get started.
All right, so here is the grommet final piece. I made it a 2-piece design, very flexible, so it can still seal up as it needs. I did make it more of like a locking piece, so that way when it's in there, these can't really separate when it's taped up. I'm hoping that'll keep it more moisture resistant, highly sealed, and this should pop in there very nicely.
All right, so I've got that bracket installed, finished up, taped, and I zip tied it to keep it nice and tight. This is very tight fit, so that's not loose, should be watertight, and all the wires are zip tied and wrapped in final placement. Alright, so we are going to work on removing all of this so I can take the wooden board out and carpet it and get this all reinstalled for final installation.
Walking on a tightrope, you've been ready for the battle, ready for the KO. You better have more than hope if you wanna be a hero. Everywhere you go, danger's gonna find you. You can do what I do, you can learn to fight too. You can beat them all, adventure's gonna take you into something brand new. So you better come through, you can beat them all.
So for this project, we are using 3M high strength 90 adhesive, and the carpet I got from Metra. Part number for the carpet is BC301-5 for box carpet, and I got 5 yards. We also got some heavy duty carpet rollers to help install the carpet down and get all the bubbles and make sure it sits flat. So I did spray the back of the carpet too, so that way you've got 2 layers of glue so it sticks better.
You can do what I do, you can learn to fight too. You can beat them all, adventure's gonna take you into something brand new. So you better come through, you can beat them all.
I also have a staple gun, so once I flap this over, get it where I want it, and staple it down so it doesn't move.
Everywhere you go, everything you know.
That's one thing you don't want to do, is roll the roller into the glue, because then you get it on the back of the carpet and you will not get that up. Best course of action on that is to use some tape to stick it up.
You can beat them all.
clean this up so that way we can put some sound deadening down. That's going to help A, level out the floor for that wooden board, and 2, obviously give us some sound dampening to make sure we don't have, or we can minimize the rattles. So I'm going to vacuum all this up, spray it down with rubbing alcohol, make sure we get a good stick, and we'll throw everything back in.
Now the stuff I got it from Amazon. It's called Kill Mat.
So this is what this stuff looks like. It does come with a little installation card. It does say vehicle body must be at least 60 degrees Fahrenheit. If it's lower than that, you need to use a heat gun and get the temperature of the metal up. I do have a heat gun or a thermometer, so let's check the temp really quick and we'll see if we need to heat it up. Pretty much 58 degrees, so I'm just gonna say close enough and install it. In the summer, it'll reheat itself and make sure that it's got a good bond, so I'm not too worried about it. I think I might pull all this up and pull out this sound deadening, the factory stuff, because I think it's starting to separate, and that itself is going to rattle, and this matting is going to do nothing. So that's going to set us back a little bit, but it's the right thing to do. Alright, so I've got all of the deadener off the floor. I've scraped it down as best I can. I did leave this piece here. I don't know why. I just felt like I needed to. So I cleaned everything else with pedal power. I need to let that dry and then do alcohol, and then I can start laying it down. I did check the temperature of the metal yesterday. around the edge. So now that I've got all the deadener up, I'll probably heat this up just a little bit because it would be pretty quick to do so. And then I'll lay down that deadener and get this finalized. All right, so I've got most of these wires ran exactly how I wanted them. I've got all the heat shrink on there. I've got to swap out these fuses. Got these lengths done. I did get some more of these clips, these P-clips here, so I can start routing this power wire where I want them. Probably underneath here. I may need to space these out just a little bit with some spacers. And get some aluminum ones from Home Depot. Give me a little more clearance underneath here for this wire. So to help get these boots on, I just spray a little bit of dish soap in there and just basically push it on and rotate it. And you'll get a little bit of soap that comes through, but you just wipe it off, it comes right off. That's it. Wipe that out as best you can. Should be good to go. All right, now I'm going to be working on that ground wire that I've been holding off on for a little while. Alright, so this is pretty much final installation. I've got both of the styrofoam cubbies on the side. I've got the amplifier mounted down. RCA cables, I do need to get a Y connector as this amplifier only has one input. I know it looks like it has two, but one's an in and the other is an out. So I'll just get that Y adapter, get that RCA plugs plugged in, and that should be good. I've got the ground distribution block there. I've got the power 12 volt there. I've got the fuses. I still need to swap those out for the correct sizes. I believe those are 250s. I'm swapping those out for 225s. But I've got everything mounted to the amplifier. I've got the circuit breaker for the fuel pumps. And then just to top everything off, the factory carpet will fit back where it needs to be. I will most likely put like a little spacer, 3D print a carbon fiber spacer that attaches to the top of that little lockdown. So that way it gives central support on the carpet, just so it doesn't bow down and hit the amplifier. But I'm really happy with how this turned out. The carpet looks great. All right guys, that wraps us up this week. We finally got the amp all installed. We got all the wiring ran. We got the grommet installed. So all of the hard wiring part for the big wire is all finished up. Next week I will give you guys a good tour of the parts that we will be using for the engine build, including the turbo kit. So we'll do kind of like an unboxing event where I'm showing everything that we're using on this build. Appreciate you guys' time. Please remember to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below if you'd like to see more or less of anything that I've shown so far. Thanks, guys.